So what's your most used seasoning?
Oh, seasoning. I love it. I only thought of tools when I heard this topic. I didn't even think of seasoning. I mean, most use is
Hmm.
going to be salt for sure.
What kind of salt do you buy?
I typically just buy like the standard, like, in the blue bottle, iodized salt.
Hmm.
If I'm feeling fancy, I'll get like that pink salt. But
So I want you to buy neither one of those, and then I want you to get kosher salt.
okay,
It's usually in a red box.
like it.
So kosher salt is coarser and slightly bigger, but not quite as big as that pink salt usually.
Okay.
Now, the cool thing about it being coarser is that it's gentler on the flavor, so you can add more salt and
I'm in.
the impact. What?
I'm in. It's
Yeah, and the impact is slower, so you have more fine control over the level of salt. Like as soon as you pour that iodized salt in, they're so small it gets in every crack and crevice of the food.
That's right. I do like the reason why I like the pink salt is not because of anything, like not because it's pink or I heard or read anything. I just like to be able to grind it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I like how that it's freshly like ground onto it. I like that. I don't know if it
Yeah,
makes a difference in the flavor or
yeah,
not,
it makes no difference.
but I just like that. I feel like I have more control. Yeah.
So what I would recommend too is a pinch bowl. So just pour a bunch of salt in a bowl and just leave it next to your kitchen area, and you will be a better cook immediately. I promise.
Well, again, going back to my guy I'm going to bring up on YouTube, he preaches the pre-mixed kosher salt and pepper
Oh, really?
in a bowl like that. Yep.
Okay. That's interesting too. So the second one was whole black peppercorn because this one makes a difference if it's fresh cracked for sure.
Yep. And that's so funny because this guy, he also does that too. He like every video he's either doing freshly ground black pepper where he'll do it,
Hmm.
or he's doing the pre-mixed kosher salt and pepper. One
Nice.
or the other.
Yeah, so I will warn you, it is way pepperier when you freshly grind it in.
Yeah, I've
Like
done that too. Yeah.
way, way pepperier or spicier.
Yeah.
But you can also cook with whole peppercorns too, and then it makes a nice addition to the flavor. It gives you a little texture. So after those two, do you have like a couple go-tos from there?
Yeah, a couple popped up since you mentioned just the seasonings. My favorite seasoning for meat is Montreal
Ooh,
chicken or steak, obviously whichever one you're using. I don't think it really matters,
nice.
but if I'm cooking chicken, I'll buy the chicken kind. But you can interchange them. I'm pretty sure it doesn't matter. But I love that on my chicken. So
Do you
good.
know what's in it?
I have no idea what's in it. Never looked. I was just like, this tastes great. So have you ever had that?
Yeah, it's delicious.
So I
Um,
like that. And then the other one I would add, I mean, now you just going down the rabbit hole here with
yeah,
condiments and stuff. Cause I was going to say some Sweet Baby Ray's.
those are two things that we don't keep in our house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I the last couple times we made pulled pork, we use Sweet Baby Ray's, and it's just like a little too soggy.
Uh, I'm a big fan. I dip into it.
That's a solid move.
I always put it on the side of the plate and dip in.
Nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sweet Baby Ray's is exceptional and delicious.
Yeah.
And barbecue sauce is a hard flavor to get right.
Yeah. And they have different options. Like there's sweet Vidalia onion, I believe, is the one I like. It's so good.
Nice.
So good.
So you're basically having my next ingredient with sugar. So you should keep salt, pepper, and sugar.
Okay.
And then I also put flour,
Mm.
which if you want to make your own pasta, it's literally 10 times better than whatever you buy at the store. I promise, even if you mess it up.
I believe you, but I'm not a pasta guy.
It's so much work,
it sounds like a lot of work.
like a ridiculous amount. Yeah. So you could just buy rice. I had rice or pasta, either one.
Yeah, I like the rice option.
Yeah, me too. I'm prone to eating rice over pasta anyway. And then I had canned tomatoes. They're super cheap. Or beans.
Yeah, I do the beans. Yep.
and then olive oil, and then for your spices, just buy whatever you like.
Yeah. I don't go beyond the salt and pepper and the Montreal steak. Like that's, oh, lie. That's a lie. Two others.
Garlic,
Garlic powder. Love it.
paprika.
No, I don't do paprika. Garlic powder, and then I'll do onion powder.
Oh, nice, nice.
Onion powder, I mean, obviously you can just use an onion,
Hmm.
but the onion powder, I don't know what it is. It does have a slightly different flavor to it. Maybe just the fact that it's a powder, dried and everything. I don't know. But it's also easier too.
Yeah, so like if you're gonna outfit your pantry, salt, pepper, sugar, rice or flour, canned tomatoes and beans, because I know you eat a lot of beans. And then
Yep.
you need some oil. Olive oil is like one of the easiest oils to cook with, and it's not that unhealthy for you.
Yeah.
And then from there, I would say pick a recipe and then buy the spices that you need because they can be really expensive.
It can, but you buy it once a month, or something like that.
Yeah,
But interesting. I would add a couple more things.
give it to me.
Mustard, some
Oh,
sort of
mustard's a great, great one.
Yeah, some sort of mustard. It could just be yellow mustard, or if you like to get, fancy and go with some of the other ones, go for it.
Poupon?
Yeah, see, I typically just go for the yellow mustard because I never know what kind of feeling I'm going to be in, like what kind of mood
Hmm.
I'm going to be in.
Yeah.
The spicy brown and stuff like that, I only like that sometimes. So I typically just go with the yellow.
And mustard is literally 0 calories.
It literally 0 calories,
Mhm.
exactly. So that's why I try to opt for mustard over barbecue sauce sometimes, just because of that. But sometimes other times I'm like, what's 80 calories?
Well, or if you're only eating 2 tablespoons of it.
Yeah, exactly, and not 2 tables of it.
2 tables.
But and then the other thing I would add, well, when I said the onion powder or the onion, but the other thing I would add would be pickles.
Yeah, that's awesome too. So I didn't think about it, and I'm gonna add vinegar to my list.
Nice.
I'm gonna add red wine vinegar because it has more of a flavor than just white vinegar.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah,
And then one more. I gotta say one more too.
bring it on.
Because you mentioned the olive oil, I 95% of the time I cook with butter.
Yeah.
So like I don't use oil. Like I used oil last night, ironically enough, but it had to be like the first time I used it in months probably. Because otherwise I just cook with butter all the time. I just didn't want to open a whole new packet of butter because I just finished a packet. So I was like, let's just use the oil. But
Yeah, so the only reason we don't cook with butter all the time is because it's cost prohibitive.
okay. See, I guess I never paid attention. The olive oil lasts longer. It goes further.
Well, usually when we cook our vegetables, we're cooking 2 pounds of Brussels sprouts and 5 pounds or 3 pounds of broccoli. And that would be an embarrassingly large amount of delicious butter.
Hmm. Yeah.
So we just pour olive oil or we'll melt some coconut oil because I mean none of them are cheap really, and you don't really want to super cheap out because then you're just getting poor quality butter and you might as well be eating like potato chips and ice cream. Also not a bad thing either. But yeah, so we cook it a lot and you throw it over and it's liquid at room temperature, unlike butter.
Yeah, right. True. Yep. Awesome. We
Butter.
miss anything?
God. So what we should definitely do is like a couple staple recipes at some point of how to improve your cooking skills because I don't know about you, but I cook about the same 5 recipes all the time.
I cook about the same like one or two recipes all the time. So, but maybe that
Sauce.
would be good. Maybe that would be good because maybe somebody's listening and they want like a no brainer sort of option that they can just rely on.
So if you want to learn some more, I would buy Tim Ferriss's book, The 4 Hour Chef. And there are a lot of really cool stepwise approaches to learning how to cook. And he even has outlined of the basics, but his basics are more advanced than mine. And it's like 3 groupings of recipes that you're supposed to do one every week to teach you a different skill in cooking.
I like it.
Yeah, and it tells you that there's like a midterm and a final, and it's host a dinner party.
Oh, there you go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I just like hate cooking pretty much. So But maybe if I'm better at it, that would make me like it more.
Just throw a pinch bowl of salt next to your stove, and now you're a better cook.
Perfect. I love it.